Okay, I'm your son. Here, I want to say something to describe uh, where I am. Really is looking for insights, new insights about everything. If there is, and if there isn't, so then I skip it. There is, um, I can get into lengthy discussions with certain individual people regarding everything, but it depends on the, say, sovereignty or independent of thinking or free thinking, critical thinking about everything that is attracting me to converse. If I see a repeat in a conversation, if things are stuck, if it's coming back to the same point again once or twice, especially if I care about somebody dearly, but we cannot communicate because the conversation repeats itself. So then I'll have to withdraw. I will be bored and I won't be communicating very much. But I want to maybe make a statement about relationship because they seem to have an opportunity for a close relationship. At least the first encounter that happened um, between me and certain individual that we both felt a strong attraction to each other. So there started a conversation, but apparently it is the issues that are in concern that would attract me to conversation. I won't be able to pretend or behave intimately with anybody using the internet. There's no way that I can do it very much. So in some cases, like in that case, I was expecting things to come to a point of realization with the RV, so I would be it would be possible for me to travel to meet people, but that didn't happen. It hasn't happened so far, and there's been perhaps 100 dates given in the last 10 years where such a promise for the RV for redemption was announced, and 100 times at least of disappointments. So it's not that I'm disappointed, I'm not disappointed as a whole, but when I think about a particular plan to schedule a meeting with anybody, I can't do it. So I had to drop it. And meanwhile, I was considering how relationship affects me, really, and I found that it's, at least for this time, the way that I measure a relationship and interaction with somebody, the way that I appreciate it, really, is when an interaction, such a meeting, such a talking together and so forth, would inspire me in my own expression fields. I'm having a big variety of expressions that are developing in higher and higher dimensions, in higher perspective, so high that it is indescribable. So the more perspective, the more conversation is possible. Um, But when I come to measure the value, what I appreciate in a relationship is where myself, in my own environment, am creative, more creative, more free to do things, inspired to do things, and things evolve in my area. So this relationship is not measured only on the line of where we have agreed or saw things together or enjoy the moment, but rather when I come back to my usual sphere behavior, usual sphere, and then this progress feeling of evolution in my work must be there, or I will skip the relationship. So then I'll see the relationship interrupts me, interrupts my work, and I'll have to quit it. So yes, I may have disappointed this certain individual, uh, but I couldn't convey this because also there were difficulties in communication. My English wouldn't be, I mean, I wouldn't be using English because the other person doesn't speak English at all. Uh, I asked to perhaps educate themselves so that we can have a discussion, so that I could feel that I'm relating something that emanates further on my progressions, but I couldn't, so I just had to quit. So my initial state of being is service to others, and this service to other, it takes me on a line, on the lifeline. Really, it makes me. I'm a devotee. I'm devoted to the people that I'm in relation with, to a point that it would a kind of as if communication is talking to somebody, created an obligation, created a small contract, which I can't keep on. I can't fulfill this contract. So these small contracts, even if big promises were pronounced, and even a commitment was set to go, still it's unfunctional, it's unreal. I cannot fulfill it, and then my inspiration goes down. So yes, so yeah, sometimes I'm sorry for it, where uh, the level of communication, the materials that are being communicated are not interesting, that I'm bored of it. I apologize for it, but there's no way that I can continue with limited sort of relationship. For me, when they say light language, I know about a lot about light. I know that I know to read lights, to read the shadows, to read the portals. I can read light language in the sense that is the emanation of light from a certain being or a certain situation or a certain organic or an animal, as they call them. Uh, when I feel that, when I can see a bird from my belly, from my other chakras, my other chakras are the Surmi's eyes, uh, so then I have so much big spectra to to scan. Really, in case it is available, in, in case person is there, in case something is happening. So this perceiving of whatever there is uh, in a higher light means more understanding and more colors, more feeling. But if it's blocked, so then no light language and no other language will will compensate for it. For me, mysticism is very real, is very tangible. I'm working in mystical areas and magical areas, and I'm used to, connect. I have the road from what's called spiritual development to the real life situation in communication with myself. So that was a sort of admission to this reality to say something on the 15th of August, which is the day of the opening. So many believe, and me too. I'm hoping this today, the barrier over the funds of the RV will be removed, and I'll be better speaking about it after this happened. So yeah, perhaps it's the preparation. My one of the last videos that I make on preparation on the or the telling the entire sense of preparation where I'm at towards the release, towards redemption, towards the freedom, life of freedom on planet Earth. If this is promised, so this is fulfilled. So then I'll be waiting for this until this manifests. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I'm your son. Nice having you watch me. Thank you.